children, today we are going to see about the moon and the phases of the moon in detail. The moon is also called as the natural satellite. It revolves around the planets. Now we are taking the Earth's moon. It is 3,84,400 kilometers away from the Earth, and there is no air in the moon. One revolution is equal to 27 days and 8 hours. The first person to land on moon is Neil Armstrong on 29th July 1969 with his co-astronauts Edwin Aldrin and Michael Collins. Before moving into the phases of the moon, we need to learn about the rotation and revolution of the moon. Like the Earth, moon also rotates on its own axis. And the Earth, it revolves around the sun. And this is one revolution. Yes, in the same way, moon also rotates on its own axis. But wait, this model of the moon, yes, I need to explain it. Of course, moon is round in shape, but I made one side as the round and the other side it is flat disc. This is to denote you all that this round shape is the dark side or the unseen part of the moon. This flat side represents the part of the moon that is seen from the Earth. Okay, so the moon also rotates on its own axis. But why we are not seeing this dark side or the unseen part? Why it is called so? Yes, let me explain. It orbits around the Earth. Now what happens? Actually, if it is going to rotate on its axis, you should also able to see the other side. But what happens? The rotation time and the revolution time of the moon is the same. That is 27 days and 8 hours. This was the reason for us that we don't see the other side of the moon. The phases of the moon. It is nothing but that what we see from the Earth, the lighted part of the moon that we see from the Earth is called the phases of the moon. This is the sunlight. Okay, it is falling straight on the moon and it is in between the Earth and the sun. So what happens? The lighted part from the Earth, we are unable to see it. So it looks dark. That's why it is called as the new moon. Then as it moves towards the left, we can see a silver line of the moon which is lighted, which is called as the crescent. Not simply the crescent, it is the waxing crescent. In Tamil they beautifully say it as Valarpirai. Yes, it is waxing means it is the growing, developing or the increasing moonlight. Okay. Then the next one, after this crescent, immediately after the waxing crescent is the first quarter phase. That we see the half of the right side of the moon, the lighted portion we see from the Earth's surface. Immediately next to that, it is the waxing gibbous. Gibbous means it is the humpbacked. It looks like the hump of the camel, right? That's why it got the name gibbous. It is also waxing, growing. The light is growing. Next to the gibbous is the full moon. Now in this full moon, the moon will be here, Earth and Sun. they will be approximately on the same line, but they don't fall on the same line always because of the orbit of the earth and the orbit of the moon and the sun's appearance. Everything differs. It won't fall straight always. Okay. Then from the full moon you can see the waning gibbous. Same thing, this hump. Okay, you will see the waning gibbous. Waning means decreasing. The light will be decreasing. This waning in Tamil it is called as Thei. This waning crescent means Thei Pirai. So you can understand this. Waxing means it will be growing. Waning means it will be decreasing. After the waning gibbous falls the third quarter. Here the left side of the moon will be lighted. Next to the third quarter is the crescent, waning crescent. As I told you, it's the Thei Pirai. They will call it in Tamil. Okay. And again it forms the new moon. You don't see the light. Now this whole process will be taking place in 27 days and 8 hours. So that means approximately it is a month. Now we will see about the asteroids. Asteroids are the celestial bodies that revolves around the sun between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. They are also called as the planetoids. Because why they gave the name so? Because the scientists, they believe that the asteroids are the parts of the planets which exploded millions of years ago. The leftover after the planets were formed are the planetoids or the asteroids. Now we will be seeing about the meteoroids, meteors and meteorites in detail. These meteoroids are the pieces of rock. They move in a tremendous speed around the sun. As they are moving at the tremendous speed, they sometimes come near the earth. Due to the earth's gravity, it gets pulled into the atmosphere and they begin to glow due to the friction. These burning meteoroids are called as the meteors or the shooting stars, because the burning meteoroids, they will be falling to the earth and it gives the appearance of a shooting star. Sometimes these meteors, okay, they fall on the earth's surface. They create a dent or the craters. The fragments of the rock will fall on the earth's surface and they create a dent. Okay children, now in these videos, okay, nearly 4 videos, here I explained about the planets, the solar system. We saw the stars, we saw the asteroids, meteors, phases of moon, everything in detail. If you are really interested, you can also visit the sites of the NASA and the ISRO. Thank you children.